La.
Those who don't know, what is emotional intelligence? Take us through a little bit about it.
Oh my goodness, it is the ability to be able to use, manage, understand your emotions in a healthy manner.
I pursued my doctorate in business administration, and I focused my research on the concept of emotional intelligence. I took my research from theory to practice.
Guys, I'm so happy to be here. We address a hard thing.
Good morning! Good morning! On this last day of the year, do you know we are here? Welcome to the final day. Today's the final day, right? I think it is. It is. It's the final day of the year. Welcome to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. I almost didn't do this episode today, you know. I almost didn't come in here. Cheryl Payne, 748, good morning. Good morning. Deborah Rowe, 536. Good morning, everyone. I'm excited because it's the last day of the year, and I'm excited because it's another day, and I'm excited because I'm alive. I'm here with you. We're here together. We made it, yeah. We made it on this last day of the year. We done made it. So hello, LinkedIn. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tickety Talk. I am boiling over with excitement. Good morning, Alex. I almost didn't do this episode today because I was going to be like, no. But then the fighter in me said, nuh-uh, you got to start this year off right. So here I am. Here we are. Here you are. Here we are. Here we are together. Good morning. Good morning, cold-hearted. Good morning. Because how else are we going to end this year if we don't end it in action? Huh? Explain that to me. How else are we going to end it? That's the only way we know how to do it, right? We're going to end this year with some action, right? That's what we do. That's what we're here for. That's how we going to do it. Right. So just because I almost didn't come in this morning and give you guys action on this last day of the year does not, all year we've been showing up. Why are we not going to show up today? Because it's a holiday. It's a holiday tomorrow. Blessed Butterfly, good morning. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome to A Glimpse of Growth. I wanted to come in here and just drop just a few nuggets before the year ends, because how else are we going to end this year? I want y'all to tell me. Talk to me out there. Are you guys awake with me? Are you awake? Where are you joining from? Where are you? Where are you this morning? You're at work. You're at work. Are you at work? Or are you home with the kids because there's a holiday, right? What are you guys doing this morning? What you doing? What you doing? I'm over here in South Florida, right? And the weather today, you guys, we're in the 40s, right? So we got our jackets and our sweaters and our boots. The locals here in Florida do not like anything beyond 50 degrees, okay? Okay? Anything over 50 degrees, we are looking at the weather like, what are we doing out here? Jesus, what are we doing? So, Connie, good morning. Christine Hall, 201, good morning. Team Michelle, 59, good morning. We are live all around. And before we step into 2026, I want to leave you guys with something real, something grounding, and something not motivating, more like it inspiring, right? And I want to know your thoughts on it too. Let's have a conversation. Put in the chat below. Good morning, blessings. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Absolutely. If you're open, just let me know. I can bring out one or two of you guys to have a conversation with me over there on TikTok, since I have you guys over here. Good morning, Phyllis Davis. Sorry about that. Good morning. So today, good morning, LinkedIn user. Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. So I wanted to make sure that we end this year with some action, which is why I'm showing up today. So feel free. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about where you are. What are you doing this last day of the year? Right? What are you doing this last day of the year? I'm always intrigued to know. I had someone the other day told me I was climbing the tree when you was talking, and I was like, okay. Whatever it is that you're doing this morning, it is welcome. Good morning. Welcome in. So, momentum beats intention every single time. Momentum beats intention every single time. Do you agree with that? You got momentum? This is momentum. Momentum says, today I am going to start working out. And what that looks like is I'm not going to run a marathon today, but what I'm going to do today is I got the sneakers. Maybe I can walk around the house. I intended to do it this whole year, but I just didn't get a chance to do it. I got this stuff on top of my head on TikTok. I'm like, DM me your last. I don't even know why I selected that. You guys gonna have to excuse me. I don't even know why I selected that, but here we are. Okay. Here we are. Good morning. Thank you guys for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Please give me some hearts. Give me some love out there. Let me know that I'm not here alone in this cold Florida, because it's 40 degrees today, you guys. We got 48 something degrees out there. You guys usually know we are around 70 and up. That's our normal degrees out here in Florida. 70 degrees and up. Today we're in the 40s, so we are brrr. So it is. I'm. You got to give thanks for it, because for it, we got to give thanks for it. In it, Natalie Solution. Good morning. If I said your name wrong, good morning, Miss Big City. Good morning. So momentum versus intention. I intended to work out this entire year. That could be somebody, right? I'll be honest with you, I didn't start working out, like really working out. I mean, I was doing some stuff here and there, but I didn't really, if you follow my story, especially on TikTok, I didn't really start working out until like July. I got serious. I got somebody to hold me accountable. And then I started showing up, right? And your girl, I mean, I look different. I was in my original size. My size was I was pushing large. I was getting to large. And so talked to a friend of mine that is a workout guru out there in Honduras. Christy, you know who you are. And I said, you are good at this. Help me with this, and I'm good at this. I'll help you with this. So this for that. That's what I did. That's how I started working out. And trust me, when I did my first sit-up, I was dying. I was dying. I mean, don't pay attention to this, you guys. I don't even know I don't know what this stuff is. Over here on TikTok, I have like the screen thingy that tells people what to say and what to ask. Don't pay attention to that, because I haven't figured out how to remove it yet. And I got too many windows open to get it together for you guys today on this last day of the year. But what we are going to do is keep this conversation going. That's what we're going to do. So momentum beats intention. So that's what I did when I decided to work out and finally take it serious and finally put some action behind what I wanted to do. And work out. I got with someone that was an expert, and she helped me out. And so here I am. And now what I wanted to do is not only lose lose weight a little bit. As old Bryant, not only lose weight a little bit, what I really wanted to do, you guys, is that I wanted to have workout routines be a normal part of my day. There's a difference. So that way it's a part of my routine. And I wanted someone to help me put it into my routine. Lisa Flowers, you with me? That's what I wanted to do. And so in essence, I've been trying it for years. And I would start and I wouldn't finish. I would do it for a couple of months and then I would come off the wagon, you know, because I've always been like, normally I've always been small, but as the years are growing and I'm becoming wiser, I have realized that maybe I need to work out. Maybe I need to make this be a little bit more serious about it and be more intentional and put some actions behind what I actually wanted to do. So that's what I did. And voila, 3, 4, 5 months. I said by my birthday, if I started in July, which is what I said, my birthday's in November. I said I wanted to be in a 2-piece by December and by November. And I was like, I went from pushing a large, almost pushing a large, to pushing, a small, and I wasn't like, I wasn't like terribly, I just needed to like get tighter, right? And because I saw my stomach was, getting out of order. So that's the difference between momentum and intention. I intended to work out, but then when I started making it a normal, intentional action, momentum started picking up, right? And around when Christmas came and Thanksgiving came and went, what I said, as I was like, Thanksgiving was happening, I knew I wanted to make it a part of my routine, so much so that when I did miss like a day or 2 or 3, it was on my mind. It was on my mind, right? Because I've been doing it for almost 4 or 5 months straight, 5 days a week, right? 5 days a week, and not long, right? Not crazy workout. Well, it became crazy afterwards because then I went from, barely keeping up my breath with doing barely 10 jumping jacks or jump rope to doing like 5, 6, 700 a day. I mean, every other day. You know what I mean? That's my cardio. So that, take it from someone that did not like working out. Now it has to be a part of my day or my week, right? So I said that to say, momentum. You need to start working. Just start with one day, 30 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. It doesn't need to be long, Chris, right? It doesn't need to be long. So it's going back to that mantra where they say, eat the elephant one bite at a time. Just bite piece of his ears, then come back tomorrow and bite the other piece of his ear. And that way, right, Jennifer Webb, that way you will, by the time the end of the year, you would have eaten a good chunk of that elephant. We all have good intentions, right? We all have plans, we have ideas, we have dreams, we have things on our phones, notes, right? When I see something or hear something that I really like, I put messages in my WhatsApp message to myself, and I kind of take notes there, or I do OneNote. But intention without action stays stuck in imagination. I'm sorry, I don't have anything better for you guys today. But this is the truth. This is the truth. Let me get rid of this. I think I can get rid of this this effect I have here. Yeah, I think I can get rid of it. Yeah. There you go. See, I got rid of it, you guys. Just, a little bit more focused intention. So, with intention, without intentions, you are just imagining, you're just thinking, you're just pretending, you're just wishing, wishing, hoping, and praying, right? Even the good book says faith without works is dead. We all know the good book, the Bible. Even the Bible says faith without works. You can have faith, that I'm going to reach my goal, that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. That's what I have for you guys on the end, on this last day of the year. That's where a lot of people, and I share, if you follow me, I shared, one or two things that helped me finish out my doctorate that I was like 3 months away from not finishing. I could see the light, but I just wasn't interested in going to the light. I wasn't interested in going to the light, you guys. Okay. I wasn't interested in going to the light. Monte B, Jennifer, Webb, good morning. Thank you guys for being here. I wasn't interested in going to the light and finishing that degree, even though I was 3 months away from finishing it. Doreen, I just was not there, right? So I went to my resources. I went to my husband, I went to my friends, and I talked to them like, please help me. I want to quit. Because I couldn't ask myself. I couldn't trust myself to give me the answer, because I know if I asked myself or talk to myself about quitting, myself would look at me like, girl, no, keep going. But I went to other people to give me permission to quit, to leave, to not do, right? Instead of, because I already know what the answer was for myself, right? Right. And then when I went to the husband, he said something, which is why I'm coming to you guys today and saying, one of my the secret weapons that I always use, and I feel that is like so chef's kiss from the husband. Not at the time, I didn't think about it at the time, right? At the time when he told me how he encouraged me to kind of keep going and finish my doctoral degree, he said something and I looked at him like, I know I couldn't talk to you about this, you wouldn't understand. Right? But when I talked to him, I went downstairs after looking at those 100+ edits that I had to do on my paper. How are you doing? Thank you. On this last day of the year, Kiba boy, good morning. If you're not talking life, then what are you doing? Okay. If you're not talking life, what are you doing? We don't talk, we acknowledge the negative vibes and negative talk and death and all the bad things, but we don't live in those spaces, right? Life has enough of the negative things that are going on in life, all around the world and everything. That's enough. The world, the news, the politics and everything. There's enough negativity there. You don't need to live in it. You don't need to live in it and let that be your speech, right? And that's where A Glimpse of Growth, my podcast, talks about emotional intelligence and the workplace and people, because you need support with all that is going on. You need help on how to manage this thing called life, right? You need the tools. Some tools is self-awareness. Some tools are making sure that you read the room with your social skills, and how are you regulating your emotions. Those are the kinds of things that you need to help you throughout this life. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. Good morning. So we all have these things going on. How are you living? How are you going through these things? Whatever it is that you did this year that worked, keep doing it. Right? If you like it, Dr. Dale loves it for you. If it worked, right? If you looked at the measures, the data, the trend, and if it made sense and it worked for your business or your personal life or your job or your friends group, if it worked, keep doing it. And if it didn't, you gonna keep doing it? I laugh because that is insanity, right? Kenneth Yancey, that's insanity. You don't want to keep doing it if it didn't work. You want to do something different. So on this last day of the year, I'm saying what I'm saying. If it didn't work, do something different. And in order for you to do something different, my friend, I'm sorry, you're probably going to have to think different. That's kind of how it works. You're gonna have to think differently. The question is, are you ready to think differently? Some people are not, and that's okay, right? But you're gonna have to make a decision for you, because nobody else can make that decision for you. So how are you going to think differently in this new year, when this new year start, before this new year start, you should have already have your list of things that you want to prioritize and make sure that you accomplish in 2026. You should already have that list, my friend. You should already have it. And if you don't have it, I'm saying today's the last of the year. You may want to get it started. I don't know. You may want to get it started, right? And if you have no goals, then, and if it's been, like I said, if it's been working for you, you keep doing it. But if it's not working, for you, nibble ring. If it's not working, do something different. Gandhi said, your beliefs become your thoughts, which is why I said you have to change what you think first in order for you to change your actions, right? Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values, my friend, well, that's your destiny. So what are you going to do differently in this year that's coming that will help set up the tone for where you want to be a year from today? So the real question is, will the future you, this is what my husband asked me with when I was trying to figure out if I wanted to finish my degree 3 months out from being done with it. Husband said, will the future you be okay with the decision or the lack of decisions you make today and tomorrow? When he asked me that question, I was vexed. I was very vexed. But months later, years later, and of course, he said exactly what I needed to hear, because I got my pretty little butt back upstairs and went back and finished those edits that the teacher gave me, my chair gave me to finish. Right? So who is it that you have in your corner? That's what he said to me. That's what worked for me. And that's why every single time I don't want to do something that I know that I need to do, I remember those words, and those words stayed with me, right? And it's not easy. Nobody is saying it's easy. Oh gosh, please no. It's not easy. And if somebody told you it was easy, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, my friend. Nothing worth having comes, a breath of fresh air. You will enjoy doing it because you are working towards your passion. Good morning, Lisa King. Thank you. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Where are you guys this year? Where are you? What, this last day of the year, what has worked for you? Right? What has worked for you? Because works for you can work for someone else. It can, or you don't know, right? What is on your list for 2026 to do? What is one thing that's on your list? Huh? Tati, good morning. Rachel Manning, 738. What is one thing that's on your list that you want to make sure that you start in 2026? Tomorrow is 2026. We don't know. We no longer have 365 days to get to 2026. Tomorrow is 2026. So here's some steps. Here's some things that work for me throughout this year that I just want to drop in a nugget, drop in your bucket before the year ended. That has really continue to help me work on my business, work with the clients that I have, and just open so many other doors with relationships and connections and networking and all the things, right? So micro steps beats motivation. You get motivated, you get in that training, you're like, yeah, I can do it. And then when it's over, it's over. And that's fine. You can go to those events, you can do those things, but you got to make sure that you pack it with actions after. Otherwise, all you're doing is just adding information, and in one ear, out the other, if you do not back it up with some actions. In 2026, don't wait to feel motivated. That's what I'm saying. Don't wait to feel motivated. Like, I feel like I can do it now. Because that feeling, it lasts only but so long. And then it goes away. And then what happens to your actions? Motivation is very much unreliable. Momentum is not. Momentum is action. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to start when you make this is I'm giving simple example like working out, right? Because everybody can kind of relate to that. Working out, right? Again, you don't have to start with a whole 70, 1 hour, hour and a half or whatever. You can just start working out 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. You know, at least 50 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, and just do some walking, just do some walking. Go walk the dog. Go as you're talking to your girlfriend in the evening after you come out of work. Just talk to her walking around the block. Make it fun, right? Take those micro steps. Put your sneakers by the bed. When you wake up in the morning, if you want to work up in the morning, put it by the bed so the minute you get up and you give your thanks and you put your foot down, bam, those sneakers are there. And it's like, okay, now they're there. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep going, or are you going to ignore those sneakers in front of you, right? Block out those 10 minutes for your passion projects. When you come out of work, that's what I did. Let me wipe my screen a little bit, you guys. All right, I think that's better. That's what I did when I was doing my 9 to 5. Before I left my 9 to 5 about a year and a half or 2 ago, I used to come home after working my 9 to 5, and after talking to people that I was just drained mentally, then and the mental takes a toll on the physical. I just wanted to crawl up in a bed and watch Netflix and not talk to nobody. But I forced myself, and there are days that I did that, right? But I forced myself when I wasn't motivated, right? I forced myself to take action. And I said, at least 3 days a week, I am going to do ... work on my business, work on whatever it is that I wanted to do. Because there's only so long you can blame everybody else. You can blame everything else. I am not doing it because of this. I am not doing it because of that. Anita, good morning. Welcome in. How much longer are you going to point the finger at everybody and everything else? When you are the master of your life, you create your experiences. The life that you want, you get to create it. You get to create it. And I shared the poem earlier about Gandhi, where your thoughts turn into words, turns into action. You get to create it. Nobody else. External things are going to always go array externally in the world, right? Carnan Foster, things are always going to go wrong. Things are always going to happen in the world around you. But where you do get to control is the world inside of you. And that's your thoughts, your imagination, your visualization, what you intend to do with your life. That you control, right? How are you speaking to yourself up here, right? Those are the things that is going to get you over the hump and help you to survive working on your passion projects, or working on your business, or working on with your clients, or working, get you through working on whatever it is goal that you have for the year that's coming. Michelle, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Absolutely. You guys, Kindness Mom, good morning. Yes. Make checking things off your list fun. Like, I love checking things off a list. I make a list like the days before or the week before, and I love checking things off my list because it makes me feel accomplished. It makes me feel accomplished, right? Celebrate those small wins. When something great happens, celebrate them, have fun with them. I like to have a nice glass of champagne when I accomplish something that, even as small as completing all of the tasks on my list, or sending out all of those emails, or actually showing up to meet with all of those clients. Because sometimes I be wanting to cancel. I be playing games. I play games with myself all the time, you guys. I be playing games. Are you playing games? This is what I be trying to tell you. Life is life, and you got to decide for yourself what progress happens when action becomes part of your environment, not just your mindset. Progress happens when you decide, when you decide. You get to decide. The other tip is accountability changes everything. Sometimes certain things you just can't do it on your own. You can't finish it on your own. You need somebody to push me. After I had my friend that kind of pushed me to work out and push me and remind me, and she would send me her videos and I would send her mine, and I would be on the phone sometimes with her while I'm working out. And sometimes she's like, let me know what did you work out today? And I was like, no, I didn't do it this morning, but I'll do it this afternoon. Don't do it alone. You did it alone this year 2025. You don't have to do it alone 2026. You don't have to be Superwoman and Superman all by yourself. You can get other people to be supers with you. Get an accountability partner, someone who will ask you the hard questions, someone that will celebrate your progress, someone that will remind you, you said you wanted to do that. We as human race grow faster when someone else is walking with us. Aw, thank you. We grow faster as a human race when someone else is walking with us. The other tip is make action non-negotiable. I talked about action. You guys noticed that I talked about action from the minute I started opening my mouth. I said showing up here, I wasn't going to show up, but here I am. Because I could not afford, my subconscious, the fighter me on the inside would not allow myself this last day of the year not show up and give you guys some action. It is something that it matters. If something matters to you, your health, your dream, your calling, your purpose, make action non-negotiable. The difference between you and the person next to you, it isn't talent. It isn't they have more money. It isn't the fact that they have more people. It isn't the fact that they have a house. It isn't the fact that they have nice cars. It isn't intelligence. It's not even degrees. They're scrolling and you're taking action. That's the difference between someone that accomplishes their dreams and someone that does not. They are consistently showing up and checking things off their list, no matter how small it is. Act on your dreams, even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. Ooh, Belinda, act on your dreams. 2026 is coming. If you're acting on your dreams, are you acting on your dreams? Are you guys acting on your, have you guys acted on your dreams today? I want to know. Have you acted on your dreams this 2025? Did you do some of the things that you wanted to do? I had my list for 2025 and I didn't finish everything on that list because, to be honest with you, they were a bit lofty. And you remember we talk about SMART goals, right? It has to be SMART goal. I did put some extra things on that list that were, so they probably weren't very realistic, right? So they're going back on my list. And now I'm actually going to probably scale them down or scale them up. I don't know. Right? So I want to share something personal with you guys. So this morning around 4:20 a.m., I woke up from a dream. I was thinking, I thought I heard someone move in the house, and I got up and instantly I grabbed my Machete. Yeah, you guys are like, why do you have a machete? Now here's the part that stopped me later is that my husband got me that machete like when we were living up there in the Gainesville area at the lake house. And I don't know, somewhere, somehow, I found out way after I had that machete that, hmm, I realized the generations of women that came before me, like my mom, my grandmother, my sisters, myself, um, they all had the same machete. Oh, it was we all had a machete. Isn't that interesting? What is you guys' go-to tool? Sometimes, you know, it's what is that go sometimes that the go-to tool, That's what is that? What is that? We don't do any other the craziness in here, you guys. Christy Scorpio, good morning. And it hit me. Strength lives in my lineage. And it lives in yours too. When I got that machete, it was just a nice reminder to know it wasn't about protection alone. It's about action. It's about being prepared. It's about not, freezing when life makes noise. It's about not running away from doing the hard work. And in 2026, you already have what you need in your beautiful hands. In your hands. The tools are not missing. You are not missing something. You don't need to do anything extra. You just need to take action with the tools. Where you are, with what you have, whatever it is that you want to do, you can take action right now. The tools are not missing. The courage is not about the courage is not absent from you. You have it. You can do it. The wisdom is already inside of you. The difference, right? The difference. I have a client that she decided to make an executive decision and acted on something for her team. And she realized that after a few sessions, she realized, I wouldn't have done this if I didn't realize after a few after meeting, all meeting with me for months. As she said, I wouldn't have done this in my wildest dream if I did not finally decide to take action and take responsibility for how she showed up as a leader. And she felt empowered. She felt encouraged, right? Because she has someone in her ear, she has her leader that backs her. She has me that is encouraging her. And she has a team of people that is pushing her beyond, to challenge her, right? Kiki, to challenge you. You want to, like I mentioned earlier, having someone in your corner that encourages you, that can hold you accountable. Another thing you can do in this year, hi, good morning, is look ahead. Talk to the future you. Before we close out this year, this last day of the year, you guys, I want you to do one thing. Look ahead and imagine yourself 1 year from today. 1 year from today. And ask that version of you, not the version of you that's here today. I want you to ask that version of you, the future you, the December 31, 2026 you, how do you feel about the choices I made a year ago? Will the future you thank you for doing or not doing? Perfectly or imperfectly, doesn't matter. Or would they have wished that you did or didn't do? So that's the thought I want to leave you with. If that, hopefully that gives you some perspective to make sure that you, when you're sitting with your loved ones and you sat with yourself and do some reflection and intentional preparation for this beautiful ending of 2025 that we will never go back to. You can't go backwards. We don't get to go backwards. That's another thing about it all, which is why you have to. It's imperative that we soak up the days, soak up life, soak up our relationships, the people we have in our life. It's imperative that we do that because we can't go backwards. We can only go forward. We can only go forward, Diana. In life, in this 20, as we go forward into this 2026, we can't go back to yesterday. God, I wish sometimes we could. I know. I'm there with you. We can't go backwards, my friend. We can only go forward. I think it was Kierkegaard that said that we live life forward, but we understand it backwards. Meaning not until after the events happen, you think back and you're like, oh, that's what he meant when he said that 2 years ago, a year ago. That's what my grandmother meant when she said that when I became an adult, I would wish. She said it to me as a child, and I remember now as an adult. She said that you are in a hurry to grow up, but when you become an adult, you would have wished that you were still a child. And she was right. She was right. Michelle Logan 365. My grandmother said you were too happy and too ready and too in a rush to grow up. My mom has said it too. That maybe, she said, when you become an adult, you will wish that you could go backwards. You will wish that you could go backwards and be a little child again and not have to worry about bills and, messing things up and job and work and all the things. So because you don't get to go backwards, we can only go forward. What you can do is do an assessment. Look back at 2025 and see what worked and what didn't work and see what you want to change if you want to change anything. Some people don't. If you don't need to change absolutely nothing and you need to do exactly what you did this year so you can capitalize on it for 2026, then you do that. But Star Killer One, good morning. If whatever worked in 2025 worked for you, take it into 2026. And if it didn't work, my advice to you, my friend, is to don't take it into 2026. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. So as we step into 2026, as we begin to close here today, remember this: momentum beats intention. Micro steps beat motivation. Accountability beats isolation. Action beats scrolling. You can scroll for a little bit, but not so much. Yeah. Bunny, good morning. I hear you. My kids are now adults and they say adulting is a scam. 100%. And you know what? I'm going to have to agree with your kids. I think it's a scam too. All of it is a scam. All of it, Michelle. All of it is a scam, Bunny. Mummy, all of it is a scam. So the strength you need has already been passed down to you. Right? See, I didn't know that the generation that came before me, Machete was their go-to tool. Lynn, I didn't know that. But now I know. And I just, husband got me that, and here we are. And I love it. I love my Machete. So everything that you have to do what you want to do in this life, it's already inside of you. You just have to tap into it. Okay? So let's end this year grounded. Let's end this year entering it into a more moving and momentum side of ourselves. Thank you guys for growing with me this entire year, because boy, have we not grown. Have we not grown? I came in here, there were days I came in here and I said, today, you guys, I just don't feel like it, but I'm here anyway. You remember those days? You show up authentically, you show up honestly. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here with me. I'm here every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I am here. And let's make 2026 a year of intentional actions. Intentional actions. Intentional actions. It's important, right? Let's make it intentional action. My word for this year is attune. Attune. What is your word for 2026? What is your word for 2026? Do you have a word? You got to have a word. You got to have a word. What is your word? It's important that you decide what your word is. Attune means to adjust or bring something or someone into harmony, into being on one same accord or sympathetic relationship with something else, often making it more aware or perspective. So I want to be attuned with my relationships, with my work relationships, with my clients. I want to be in tune and attune completely with my business, with my family, like intentional actions, right? So that way we feel whole with each other and with ourselves. But it's important for you to feel attuned with yourself. With yourself. So thank you guys for following the podcast, A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. I'll see you guys next year, which is tomorrow, but not tomorrow. I'll be back here next week, Wednesday. Oh, Bummy, your word is achieve. I love it. That's right. Let's achieve some things. That's right. That's right. What's your word for 2026? Sahid, what is your word? Candy, what is your word for 2026? You should have a word by now. You need to make sure you have a word. Get your word for 2026 and let that be your guide for the entire year. No matter what happens, you're always coming back to that word. For your business, achieve stuff for your business, achieve your job, making sure you're getting ahead and achieving what you want to achieve. Set goals in all of these different parts. For your family, maybe you want to have a better relationship with your kids, maybe you want to have a better relationship with your spouse, right? What do you want to achieve? What does that look like? Sit down and put pen to paper and put some action behind those words. Put some action behind those words. Okay? So that's what I wanted to come in here and leave with you guys on this last day of the year. Be blessed. Take care. I am going to see you guys next year, and we're going to do this all over again. Probably going to have a lot more guests and whatnot. And let's see. Let's just be open. Be open to where this life is going to take us, but make sure that we have a plan, because you don't want to fail to plan. You want to have a plan. Have a plan, Sheila. Have a plan, George Gostini, right? It's important that you have a plan going into 2026. And if you don't want to have a plan, you just want to flow with it, that's fine too. Make sure you know where you want to end up. Because if you don't have a plan, then you don't know where you're going to end up. Oh, I have an idea. Concept of ideas do not get you is not getting you nowhere. Dennis Jones, right? It's not getting you nowhere. You have to have a really clear picture of where you want to end up. Otherwise, you're going to end up repeating the same things, some of the same actions and habits that you have repeated in 2025 that did not serve you, right? So you don't want to do that this year. And I'll see you guys next year. And again, I'm here every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm here in South Florida, and I'm going to enjoy this mint tea that I got here in our 40-something degree weather that we got today. Yes, I am. And then I'm going to go and work out a little bit, right? Because momentum beats intention. Bye, you guys. Bye, and I'll see you guys next year. I'll see you.
Thank you for being here and supporting this channel. If you enjoy this episode and this content, it would mean a lot to me if you would take a few seconds to ensure you are subscribed to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. Click the notification bell to receive notification. Share it with someone you think may need it. And let's continue to become more intelligent with our emotions. Thank you.